So my husband, Ryan, died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage, no medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ETHOS.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
This is Paul Feinbaum. That'll do it for me today. Coming up next, The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
From the University of Alabama, this is Crimson Tide Today. It's a daily update on Bama sports, and it's brought to you by Guthrie's, America's original chicken finger restaurant and a proud partner of the Alabama Crimson Tide. For more information, visit Guthrie'sChicken.com. Hello again, everybody. I'm Roger Hoover. As Alabama football prepares for the Rose Bowl, here are comments from defensive coordinator Kane Womack.
Had really two good weeks here in preparation or in the second week of preparation. Coming off the first round of the playoffs, it's been great for our guys. I think we've been in a position where we've probably been as healthy as we have been in a number of weeks. You got some of the early enrollees out here, so that's always nice with these new freshmen coming in here. Kind of like Christmas morning, right, for a coach, right, to get to play with all the new toys you recruited, and those guys have got a great demeanor and bringing some energy out there to practice. And our older guys are doing a great job of, continuing to build the legacy of how we do things and play in the standard of Alabama's defense. I think obviously we got a great opponent.
I'll have more in a moment.
This year we honor the most important anniversary ever. An event that reshaped civilization as we know it. A day that would lead to something so flawless that nothing could ever really compare. People have tried to match it, but have failed. This year, we celebrate the 60th anniversary of Guthrie's, the home of the original chicken finger. Just talking about it gets me all choked up. And hungry for a chicken finger. Guthrie's, an original obsession for 60 years.
We've got you covered tonight for Alabama men's basketball against Yale. Tip-off at Coleman Coliseum is set for 7 p.m., with our coverage of the network starting at 6 p.m. Crimson Tide Today is brought to you by Guthrie's. Crimson Tide Today is a production of the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
In the market for a new or used car? Look no further than Hyundai of Decatur. With a large inventory of new, used, and certified pre-owned Hyundai models, Greenway Hyundai of Decatur is here to service all of your Hyundai needs. Come visit our exceptional service department as well. With state-of-the-art facilities and a caring team of automotive professionals waiting to service your vehicle, make Hyundai of Decatur your number one choice for all your automotive needs. Give them a call today at 256-274-0279 or visit them online at greenwayhyundaiofdecatur.com.
At Mr. Sparky, we're America's on-time electrician. Flickering lights and hot switches can be annoying, but they can also signal a major problem, or worse, an electrical emergency. So play it safe and leave it to the experts at Mr. Sparky. Trust our team of professional, clean, and friendly electricians. We'll get it done right and get it done safely.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-Sparky.
Independently owned and operated, licensed in the respective state or county.
You've been paying on that life insurance policy for years, but maybe you don't really need it anymore, or it's gotten a bit too expensive. Well, before you just let it expire, let Neighbors Insurance Solutions share with you some alternatives that you haven't considered. Don't throw away something that still may have great value for you. If you want to learn more about what Neighbors Insurance Solutions can do for you, call 256-763-7693. A death benefit could be a life benefit. Learn more at 256-763-7693.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you. And Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
From 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Let's party! You can't fool me. There ain't no Santa Claus.
WZZN, Union Grove, Huntsville, Alabama. 97.7 ESPN The Zone. This hour is brought to you by Woody Anderson Ford, Alabama's F-150 Superstore. Welcome to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton. Call the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline, 256-497-7.
That's how I roll. And I'm not going to drink and drive anymore.
That's 256-576-4977. Now, here's Wes and Steve.
Hope everybody had a Merry Christmas. Hope everybody is safe out there. I not quite had permanent residence here at Huntsville High School, but kind of feels that way. But, you know, it's between Christmas and New Year's. So it's the 43rd Annual Huntsville City Classic, and we're less than an hour away from tip-off, which is scheduled at 6 o'clock. The doors are open. West Neighbors, how was your Christmas?
Awesome. Just a lot of family like everybody else, and enjoyed the holiday season as it is. So who's in the finals, Steve?
That would be the Huntsville Crimson Panthers.
All right.
Back in the finals. Yeah, I thought you wouldn't know. Against the Oxford Yellow Jackets.
Oxford,
Alabama. Yeah, just a couple hours south of here, right along I-20. And they've been a pretty potent team. I'm expecting this to be a very high-level matchup, as Oxford is in 6A, Area 11, 7A, Area 7. And I did look it up. There's only been a handful of times that a non-city school, or what I determined to be a non school, has not won the tournament. And I went back to 2001, Bradley, out of Tennessee. So since then, it's been listen, I know there's a large number of the teams in this tournament come from this area, but there's usually a pretty high-level team that gets in Oxford. This is their fifth trip here to the Classic. And it should be a good one. It should be a real good one. Sorry that you're not here.
Well, yeah, I may have to go down the studio.
Well,
right
that's
here.
That's what Brian's there for. I mean, exactly what I was thinking, Brian. So I get the bigger news because, by the way, this is our only show of the week. Because tomorrow you got a special Rose Bowl show that's going to preempt this from the Crimson Tide Sports Network, and then we've got bowl games, peppered out all throughout the week. So the portal is opening on Friday, and Auburn is losing players left and right, and I wonder how nervous Auburn fans are. But I mean, this is a whole new regime. John Coleman latest to get into the transfer portal, at least allegedly. Should Auburn fans be nervous? You think, Wes?
I don't know. Yeah, they're going to look a lot different next year, but that don't mean they won't have a better record, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. They played about as good as a losing team I've ever seen, right? I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
They had some very close games where they had chances to win the game, had the ball to win the game, I think, in almost every game, or blew big leads, one of the two. So, I'm surprised as many defections as they have.
Well, I don't think it's that. Maybe a little high, but I mean, you see this anytime you have a coach depart unceremoniously like Hugh Freeze did. You're going to see a lot of people get skittish.
Yeah.
But it seems high even for that now.
But yeah, so when I kind of look at it, it looks like, I mean, basically, they lost their coaches on offense, and so you're seeing a lot of offensive players leave.
That's true.
I mean, and I think what's number 4? He said Roll Tide today. A lot of people think he's going to Alabama. And that's where the coach went. So, I thought Cam Colton, I told you, would end up at Georgia. I wouldn't be. I remember Kirby talking to him after the game.
Mm-hmm.
They had the coaches going over and kind of getting between him and Kirby. So, but Who's the basketball coach at Arkansas now?
That's Calipari.
Calipari gave a great speech today. So basically he said until they make it where you can transfer once without any repercussions is what they need to do. And I believe that's what they should do. All it is they're holding these teams hostage. You know, they're saying they're just going out and see if they can get a pay raise. I think some of these guys will end up back at Auburn.
Would you blame them? I don't blame them.
Yeah, I do a little bit. But that's just me. Yeah, I do blame them a little bit. You agreed to something, you should stay with it, right? I mean, if it's a one-year deal, that's a different.
But if the market is telling you you can jump into something and see your worth, why wouldn't you do that?
Because you're not going to end up with a grade, and the worth can only last so long.
You're thinking long term.
Well, you are.
Because
that's what's going to happen.
You're only as good as your joints are.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you're not going to. If you don't have a college degree, you're done. These kids are and he talks about the mental health. Coach Calipari did. I agree with all what he said. I've seen it. I've witnessed it. I've watched it. And this system is not working. It's not. So,
but realistically, though, isn't collective bargaining? I mean, it's going to have to mean a lot of people have to agree on a lot of things, meaning university presidents. But I mean, it's pretty clear that DC's not stepping in anytime soon.
Well, I'm still holding out hope that they've tried to step in, and it seems just to go nowhere every time they bring it up. But they can't do collective bargaining without DC. So that's not happening. There you go. You can collective bargain all you want, but if you don't have it where it's antitrust, you don't have any antitrust, and the Supreme Court made that clear, you're not going anywhere with it.
I want to hear what Calipari had to say. Let me know if this is what you heard.
Kid transfers 4 times. Is he going to graduate from that school? There's no way. You can't graduate. So now you're going to be done playing without a college degree. You have no ties to the last school you went to, where they feel that you're from Arkansas, you played here, we're here, you're going to have opportunity. That's done. You're offered $55,000 in your first job, and you go, what? $55,000? Do I have to show up? Are they going to? You got me an apartment, right, or a car? I mean, I'm worried about mental health. Mental health. That look, I've been poor, and you know what's worse than being poor? Coming across some money and then being poor again. That's the worst. That's probably why I'm cheap, because I'm not going back there. But so my thing is, and I've been pushing this, you can transfer once without penalty. Because you picked the wrong school, the coach lied to you, there was another player that came that you didn't know about one time. And after that, you got to sit. Because what do you think they're transferring for? Somebody help me here. Why are they say it? That's it. It isn't because they're mad at this or that. I can extort you, and if you don't give it to me, I'm going over here. If we cure that, I've been saying it for 5 years, no one listens to me. My dog, I call him, he runs the other way. My wife doesn't listen to me. No one listens. If we cure the transfer rule, 70% of our problems go away. We can deal with all the other stuff.
100%. He's absolutely right. I mean, he's right. What they can do about it, I'm not sure. It's way over my pay grade as far as how they'll if they could really do anything right now without getting sued. There you go.
Yeah.
How do they? So it's a mess, and it's unsustainable, and it's going to be interesting. What I'm surprised at is how many players are leaving LSU and how bad they look. And the only guy they kept was the defensive coordinator, and they get just run over by Houston. Where are their
So much
players
so,
going to come from?
Lane Kiffin left before the game ended.
Well, yeah, I mean, but that's not surprising. I mean, the guy doesn't even ride the bus home with his own players sometimes.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's not Lane's Lane. Now, Lane is an offensive, I'd say, genius. Although he didn't call the plays, obviously they're making a big deal about that at Ole Miss last year, and they look pretty good without him. But the culture goes away if it's not taught. You know what I'm saying? But I think, it's going to be interesting how LSU is in 2 years if they have buyers or more. It's obvious it takes more than 1 year to build culture, right? And get your players and get them in, and have the page turn over every year. And this year he kind of got lucky with the quarterback he found. I say
he
lucky.
Sure did.
Luck's where preparation meets opportunity, right? I mean, so you just can't be right. Was Coach Saban lucky every year? I mean, no. You see what I'm saying? You got to give a lot of credit to Lane and what he did at Ole Miss.
He built Ole Miss to something I haven't seen in a long time.
Right.
And that is a consistent top leader.
West is his third year there. They've lost one home game in 3 years. Not the Ole Miss that everybody loves and remembers. So they're and that was on the last. They missed the last second field goal. In that game.
Kentucky.
Yeah. So, they beat some pretty good teams there. And Lane kind of makes it easy sometimes. I mean, look easy. I mean, they went to Oklahoma, just kind of they scored a lot of points at Georgia, but, couldn't get the stops. I will say this. They were in position to make the stops. Georgia just kept making better plays and
correct.
And especially the quarterback made some runs that he should have lost yardage as he scored touchdowns on them, 2 of them. So there's good plays by them. We'll see how the second game goes. I don't know what the line is, but I expect a competitive game. We'll see.
Let me look at. I don't have it offhand. I'd say Georgia.
I think maybe. I'm not sure.
I'm on the school. I'm on high school's website. They're not allowed to go over.
You can't make a bet.
I can't make a bet on property here.
That's a good geofence.
I'll look it up a different way. There's always a different way to get stuff.
Allegedly.
Yeah. There's ways of heading over to places like ESPN.com that has embraced the sports betting odds. While I'm looking that up, Alabama, Indiana. What do you think about this matchup that we're going to see on Thursday?
Alabama picks up the blitz. They can give, like they did the second half against Oklahoma, Alabama will win the game. Because I don't care who they are.
You think this is a better matchup than Oklahoma?
Well, I think, Indiana's a better team than Oklahoma, but I don't think they're a lot better. It's not like I think they're better coached, to be honest with you. I mean, they don't make mistakes or a lot of mistakes. But, Penn State had their tails and made a bunch of stupid plays. And give Indiana credit, too. They made a lot of plays. The last catch fourth down catch was unbelievable for a touchdown. To me, it's the play of the year.
The catch.
It's incredible throw and catch under great duress. It was made at Penn State, a game that turns their season around and maybe gets that poor coach hired, right? Instead, I mean, he just looked like he'd been hit by a truck or watched, anyway. It's just they're a good football team. There's no doubt about it. You don't go undefeated without being, especially the Big Ten, without being a good football team. But
Georgia
I don't
is
think,
a 6.5-point favorite, by the way.
Yeah, that's what I would think. So it's going to be, to me, it's going to be one of those games where you got to, Indiana doesn't make a lot of mistakes. They don't turn the ball over. You got to force some turnover. You got to put them in a position to make some mistakes, and you got to win the kicking game, which by some miracle we won last game. How
about that?
Not in the first quarter, but the next three.
That's right.
And you just got to keep fighting, no matter what happens. They're going to make plays. Hopefully we'll be able to put pressure on them, just rushing forward, and having, I don't know what kind of shape Overton is, LT Overton.
He's playing.
They said he's playing it, and he's our best inside pass rusher. Although the other freshmen and all the sophomores are getting better, he's hard to handle now. He's a big dude, and he has great instincts, and he makes plays, and having him back helps.
Your DraftKings odds right now to win the national championship is Ohio State and Indiana, followed by Georgia at a plus 475, then Oregon at a plus 750, Texas Tech is at a plus 800, Alabama is at a plus 1,500, then Miami at a plus 2,200, and Ole Miss as the longest shot of the teams that are remaining at a plus 2,500, which, I mean, I know you in the care of business. They were very efficient.
They were leading for 3 quarters against Georgia before. They have a lot of players. They have a good quarterback. Their defense has gotten better. Their defense is, but you look at it to me. So who has the better quarterback? I would say Georgia has the better quarterback. Yeah, by a little bit. Not a lot, by a little bit. I would, though, with all the things you have around them. And who has the best defense? Georgia has the best defense. So I think this game is about right, about 6 points. But what happens in the special teams? Is this game winnable by Ole Miss? Well, I think they proved that in the first game. So, I expect Georgia to win the game. I'm obviously pulling for Ole Miss. My goal is for Alabama and Ole Miss or Georgia to meet in the finals and blow this whole thing up. And what's more, and watch everybody's head explode and wonder how they can change it again to keep them out.
I would really like to see at least one SEC team make the finals.
I'm greedy. I want two. I want two teams.
But I don't have to. If you were on social media at all, SEC haters were out in these non-playoff bowl games. They just eat it up. Just eat it up. The mighty SEC.
Well, I mean,
oh boy.
It is what it is. These teams are half the. I don't know how many LSU was missing, but it was a lot. So
yeah, there is still an avenue where we could have an all Big Ten final and all SEC final. So we shall see what happens. Let's take our first time out. Phone line's open to you. Walking up to the Huntsville championship game, and we'll take over our coverage of that here in about 25 minutes.
You're listening to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Well-informed truck and SUV buyers wait all year for this moment because they know the year-end deals are worth the wait. Hi, folks. Don Wessels for Woody Anderson Ford, and these are the final days of our year-end sales event. We've got nearly 700 new Fords ready for you, and all 25 models come with an additional $1,000 final days bonus cash. Drive home with no payments for 90 days, plus get financing as low as 0% for 60 months on the 25 F-150, Explorer, Escape, Transit Van, and the Lightning. or choose one of our 0 down 36-month leases starting at just $349 on our most popular models. Plus 2 years of complimentary maintenance. First payment due at signing, no security deposit, plus tax, tag, title, and fees with approved credit. Offer ends 12/31. This is as good as it gets. No payments for 90 days, 0% for 60 months, and no money down, $349 leases. The end of the year is here, and we've got the deals that make that wait worthwhile. Only at Woody Anderson Ford. I'm Don Wessels, and we can't wait to see you.
Need tough equipment you can count on? Christopher Equipment has you covered. Whether it's air compressors, trenchers, bucket lifts, concrete tools, generators, skid steers, and more. Serving you with locations in Tullahoma, Shelbyville, Manchester, Fayetteville, and Hazel Green. Christopher Equipment. From job site to backyard, rent or buy. Christopher Equipment delivers the tools you need when you need them. Call 931-455-3900 or visit christopher.equipment today. Christopher Equipment, powering your project.
At Stella at 5 Points, living isn't just about having an apartment, it's about living artfully. Imagine waking up with the upscale feel of Atlanta or Nashville right here in the heart of Huntsville. Modern, stylish apartments, open layouts, stainless steel appliances, and resort-inspired amenities. Nestled in vibrant 5 Points, you'll enjoy walkability, parks, dining, and quick access to downtown without the chaos. Stella at 5 Points. Live artfully. Live Stella. SportsMed is the official team physicians of the Rocket City Trash Pandas. And if the pros trust SportsMed, you can too. SportsMed provides every service you might need for complete orthopedic care, specializing in orthopedic surgery, sports medicine, joint replacement, spine surgery, neurosurgery, and podiatry. And they offer their own brace shop, in-house full-body MRI, physical therapy, walk-in clinic, and so much more. 4 locations and on the web at sportsmedalabama.com. Since 1983, Berkshire Hathaway Rise Real Estate's Ann Adams has been your local go-to real estate expert in the area. As a buyer, you can trust Ann's in-depth knowledge of the local housing market to narrow available properties down to those you'll be interested in, saving you time when shopping for a new home. When you're ready to sell, Ann's expert negotiation skills will ensure you get a fair price and hassle-free experience. Call Ann Adams today at 256-337-2625 or email annadamsrise@gmail.com.
Mark and Henry McDaniel, attorneys at law, are proud alumni of Madison Academy, and Madison Academy is proud of them. They have served our community through their practice, through volunteerism and service in national, state, and local boards. They explain the complexity of critical court rulings on local media. Their successful practice has been built on integrity. Both are veterans of Lemley Athletics and proud sponsors of Mustang football. McDaniel and McDaniel, attorneys at law. The representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by the law.
This segment of The Drive is brought to you by Woody Anderson Ford, located online at woodyAndersonFord.com with 2 locations, Hughes Road in Madison and Jordan Lane in Huntsville.
Back here on The Drive, final drive of 2025. And we'll be back in a big way beginning on Monday the 5th, right here on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Reading up some notes on the Alabama-Indiana game. I did not realize that this is the first matchup ever in the history of the two schools. Alabama and Indiana have never played football.
Here, Steve. Yeah. Alabama's only played 2 Big Ten schools, or maybe 2 Big Ten schools have ever come to Tuscaloosa.
Wow.
Yes. So people that talk so much noise, they don't want to come to Tuscaloosa.
Alabama is 2-0 all time against Heisman Trophy winners. I think we all remember a certain. I did hear some comparisons during Feinbaum earlier this afternoon, comparing this game to the Miami game. By any of that?
No,
about the 92?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how you compare the 2 teams. I mean,
yeah, because Miami had plenty of hype.
Yeah, and
on that team in 92.
Yeah, and this is, they'd won several national championships, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And, it's going to be, I mean, Indiana has a really good football team. But they still got to play Alabama. And this Alabama team, there's no quit in them. I think there's no doubt about that. So we'll see what happens. And
Of course, that Heisman Trophy winner, Gino Torretta. The other Heisman Trophy that Alabama did win and beat was Oklahoma. Kyler Murray, a Heisman Trophy winner, then turned around and lost to Alabama in the Orange Bowl. So in 2018, 2-0 all time is Alabama against Heisman Trophy winners. I've seen 2 full games of Indiana, and it was the Ohio State Big Ten championship game as well as the Penn State game. And Mendoza threw 2 picks in that Penn State game, and at least the full games that I've watched has not been all that sharp out of the gate, although when it's crunch time, he plays awfully well.
Well, a lot of times what they do is really good quarterbacks early aren't going to try to throw in small windows to take chances and getting in there and turning the ball over.
Yeah.
But yet, when they have to, they can make the throws. You know, and the whole key to is you got to get after the quarterback. Look what happened to the Oklahoma quarterback after Alabama sacked him a couple of times.
Yeah.
I mean, they get jumpy. I think the defense coordinator at Alabama is all predicated on turnovers and getting stops in the red zone. Field goals, not touchdowns. Get enough turnovers to win the game. And they've been very successful against good teams when that happens.
Well, and I saw that as well when Oklahoma pressured Ty Simpson. He was 1 of 8 for 12 yards. When he had time to throw, he was 17 of 21 for 220 yards and 2 touchdowns.
And that's every quarterback you've ever seen.
Yep.
The difference is I think Ty did it after he got hit several times. Most times, you know, you'll see a quarterbacks after they get hit once or twice really good aren't the same quarterback. Ty, if you give Ty time, he'll pick you apart.
It's a bigger drive over the last, it's like the last 2 months.
They've been dropping passes all year. I guess number 1 went through where he was dropping some. He dropped. Yeah, it would have been a good catch. He got credit for dropping in the Oklahoma game. But, you know, the main problem is everybody knows Ryan Week. It's just he's turned 18. He just hadn't been the same player. Hopefully he'll come around. Maybe when he turns 19, he'll get back.
Oh, goodness. I just love what we probably will. Brian Temple, I think in the spot since he was the only child doing this,
You know what? I'll give him
you know what I'm talking about, Wes, right?
100%.
No, I really don't want to. If you need his number, let me know. But I think you probably have it. But we usually talk to Big on Wednesdays. And by the way, these days are just melding together for the next one. But incidentally, on the subject of Alabama, on Yale tonight. You'll hear the full pregame and the full game over on Talk Radio WZZN at their 2 channel. We are the Alabama Yale game in progress. As soon as we are done here with the Huntsville championship Huntsville, as both teams are on the floor and 30 minutes left in tip-off. Where do you think in the last 2 months, Wes?
The defense continues to get better every game. Making turnovers, doing I just think they've gotten a lot better since the first of the year. The reason I thought I said they'd lose 3 games is because what the defense looked like in practice. If you remember, I said the defensive line, they just don't have enough defensive linemen. And watching those freshmen get better and better every game, and it goes back to coaching. Getting these players ready, the pride they've had. They haven't been perfectly, they've had some, they've given up some plays, no doubt. But that's just, you're going to have that happen with the offensive rules and how these offensives, all the rules are scaled to the offenses. But I like the way they play. I like the way they play hard. They fight to you. I mean, I watched the Oklahoma game, and you see number one on defense run across the field, and right before the guy's about to get in the end zone, tries to strip the ball and knock the ball out. They've been very successful. They knocked a couple out early in the game and didn't get to recover them. But I like the way they play. They play hard. They're looking for the turnovers because that's what wins games, and that's how you fight these new highfalutin offenses is you get them to turn the ball over. And
all right.
So there you go.
My apologies. Didn't mean to step on you. Ask and ye shall receive. Big C is on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline. How are you, Big C?
Great. How y'all doing, Stephen West? Happy Merry Christmas and Happy New Year and Roll Tide all in one.
There you go. I love all of it.
I'm glad y'all called you because I heard y'all weren't going to be on. I didn't know y'all were on there. I thought maybe y'all might have been taking a little break during the holidays. Well, I guess.
No rest for the weary, Big C.
What now?
No rest for the weary.
What's for rest? I got you. I'm sorry I forgot to call y'all before the Oklahoma game, but it worked out all right anyway.
Yeah, it did. Down by 17, I was thinking about you there, Big C. There with the 6 shooters.
Pretty brutal. That's got to give them a lot of confidence after being down by 17 and coming back out, scoring them 34-7. What do you think, Wes?
Well, yeah. I mean, so what happened is they basically picked up the blitz, right? I mean, you watched the second half, and they were able to pick up the blitzes. He was able to stay in there. He had once he gets this, if he has time to throw, if they pick up the blitz, he has time to throw the ball. He's pretty darn accurate. I think he's probably missed 3 balls. I know one against Missouri, one against Oklahoma, one against Auburn all year long. The big over, and all those were the same play, which is deep, deep where they go deep over. Well, I think I'm trying to remember the name of the route. It's basically they all run short routes, and they run him deep when they have and there's single high coverage. They'll run a deep overthrow is what they call it, and he misses on that. But that's throwing across your body kind of. But he hit it against that little different route, the same throw on a corner route for a touchdown where he puts it perfect. Only place it could be for our guy to catch it and their guy not to. And I think he's getting some synergy again with 17, the freshman.
Well, he's really shown. He's really played really well.
Yeah, especially I think he was kind of a little bit hurt for the Auburn and Georgia game, and he seemed to have that pep back in his step and making plays again. So, it's a long season for a freshman. And so, but he looks like he's gotten a second win finally.
Well, let's see. I don't know. I wish I had it, and I might put it on Facebook. But I think Alabama's record against the number 1 ranked team, the number 1 ranked team, is very, very good. I know that they can go back to Cal in 77, Penn State 78, Miami in 93. Was Florida ranked number 1 in the nation when we blasted them in the SEC championship game?
Most wins all time versus AP number 1 since 1936. Alabama leads the country and wins over AP number 1s with 11 of them. 11 wins over number 1 team.
Now, what is it, like 11-1 or something like that, or what?
wins.
With 11 wins, and Alabama leads the nation in that.
11 wins. Miami, Notre Dame have 9 wins. Oklahoma, Purdue. Wow, I never would have gone there. Oklahoma, Purdue, USC have 7 wins. Ohio State has 6 wins. Auburn and Texas, they have 5 wins. They're also UCLA and Wisconsin have 4 wins over
Alabama
AP
has
number
11
1.
wins versus AP number 1 ranked teams at the time they play them.
Since 1936.
That's a very good record. Well, I'm going to put that on Facebook after we get off. Get some questions.
Alabama is 5-2-1 in Rose Bowl, including their first national championship back on January 1926, which will mark 100 years on Thursday. You're right.
There's a lot of stuff that's trending toward Alabama's way, and West, now you know better than I do, but all right, let me ask you this now. Alabama is 6-2 against ranked teams this year. And Indiana's played 3 at the most. I mean, their schedule. I mean, how good do you think that? I mean, if you listen to the pundits, you think, well, there's no way in hell we can beat them.
No, I know there's.
Alabama has a better shot than Oklahoma.
Oh, I think so. I just think that we match up well against them. Okay, so their safety played at Ole Miss last year. I'm very familiar with him. He has big time trouble covering man to man. So they're going to take advantage of that. Their guys have not against Ohio State. Ohio State was open the whole game. They couldn't protect the quarterback, and then the quarterback got rattled. If you watch that game, he could not complete a pass in the second half. Hardly.
How good is Alabama's offensive line playing right now, Wes?
You know, they don't. I think they catch a lot of heat, but I thought they played well, especially the second half of the Oklahoma game. They've been very inconsistent, but you know, I go back and watch the tape, and I'm looking at two times if Bobby Humphrey or Gene Jelks is in the backfield, they had it perfectly blocked. They just got to make a man miss, and he had. The guys make tackles, but there's huge holes. You got to make a guy miss. So it's not always on the offensive line. That there are 5 offensive linemen. There are 11 players on the other end. If your quarterback's handed off to the running back, that makes 2 people unblocked. You got to make a guy miss. So I mean, I don't think they've done a very good job of that all year.
I don't mean negative, but to me, it seemed like when Jam Miller was a freshman, he was fast, he could move and make moves and everything. And
let me say this. Jam Miller's been hurt all year long. He's playing with a shoulder that was separated. Imagine playing running back with a separated shoulder. Then he got knocked out against Missouri.
To be honest with you.
So I think he does well at times. But he's not. He's not going to be. He's not a number 1 draft pick running back, and that's what Alabama's used to having. So, you got to make.
That number 4, Hill. His name Hill, the running back.
He is a really good goal line running back. That's what he is. He'll play in the NFL and run goal line and special teams and all that. He just does not have breakaway speed. How go away.
The guy from Jackson named Crowell.
Yeah.
Tell me what you think about. Well, obviously,
he's the best I've seen since Cadillac coming out of college.
High school. Wow. That's pretty good. I'd like to be compared with him if I was in high school.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right. See, are you doing shows? Well, you told us that you're doing
vacation right now, but I'll be back on on January the 5th on Monday, a week from Monday.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, well, wait a minute. Yeah, a week from today. It's Christmas time. It's snow down here, and I need to take a little break. So we're gonna, but y'all gonna be on.
Next Monday. Next Monday, we'll be on next Monday. Well, we've got Alabama's doing a road show as well, so we'll be on next Monday. This is why we wanted to give you a holler here today or right now.
Oh, see. Well, I'm glad y'all called me because I didn't know if I should have called or not. But yeah, I feel good about it. At least, all right, I'm gonna say 24-20 Alabama, but maybe we'll do better than that. I hope we can beat them like we beat Miami, but I don't know if that'll happen or not. But
well, I hope we'll shall see. I take 1 point right now.
Until you see.
I said I take 1 point right now.
Thank y'all for calling. See y'all.
All right.
So I tend to agree with you, Wes, that I think if Alabama can hold on to the ball like they get against Oklahoma,
and win in the kicking game,
I see Alabama winning this game.
Yeah, I think I was very happy. I didn't think we'd get by Oklahoma, playing at Oklahoma at night. It looked like I was right after the first quarter. I'm ashamed, though, of the way they played the second half, that I wasn't a better believer. But, I like where we were. And I said, if Alabama can get by Oklahoma at Oklahoma, they can win this whole thing. And I believe there's a possibility. Is it going to be easy? Heck no. But what other team ever has won against 4 ranked opponents in a row?
Yeah.
Can Alabama do it two times in 1 year?
Two times in one season.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right, that's going to wrap us up here for the drive. On the other side, comes up. Bye.
You're listening to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Well-informed truck and SUV buyers wait all year for this moment because they know the year-end deals are worth the wait. Hi, folks. Don Wessels for Woody Anderson Ford, and these are the final days of our